Hello and welcome to another one of these ADD videos. Today we're going to look at the rules for naming compounds. First and foremost, you must get familiar with the list of monoatomic and polyatomic ions that I have here. You can find this on the website, but these are the monoatomic, meaning just it's got a single element and a charge, and their charges that they tend to have, and some polyatomic ions. Okay, you'll see later on that the transition metals will have some scenarios in which they can have multiple charges, like, let's see, where do we have iron should be one of them. Here's Fe3 2+, where here we have Fe2+. So the Roman numeral will tell you which one of them we're dealing with. Okay? So if we're just looking at purely naming these compounds, once you've got both the polyatomic, and meaning it's got more than one element, and the monatomic ions memorized, then you can start trying to figure out what kind of bond you have. Do you have an ionic bond? Is it between a metal and a non-metal? Or is it covalent? Is it between two non-metals? So how do we go about determining which one? This flow chart is the best way I've found to deal with this. Okay? So does it contain a metal? So here, right off the bat, what you're doing is you're determining whether or not it's an ionic bond. If it does contain a metal, then it's ionic. And it could have either a multivalent charge, like the iron I just told you, can be either divalent, or it can be a +2 or a +3 charge. So if it is, then you use the iron 3 nomenclature or iron 2 nomenclature. If not, just use the English name of the metals. Okay. If the anion consists of one element, then you add "ide" to the end of it. Sodium chloride would be an example of that. Or if not, if it's a polyatomic ion, then just use the name of the polyatomic ion. Now, if no, then we have no metal. If we have the ammonium ion, then it's ionic. If not, then it's a molecular compound that has only covalent bonds. If one of the elements is hydrogen, then you say hydrogen fluoride or hydrogen whatever the root name is. If not, if it is, it's a binary acid, so that's why you name the binary acids. And if not, then you just use the prefixes. So that would be your mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, all of those guys. Okay? So go back and review those if you don't know them. So I went ahead and came up with a little table for you. Go ahead and write these down if you don't know them. This again is for non-metal and non-metal only, that you use these prefixes. Okay? If you remember on the periodic table, everything to the right of this line right here is a non-metal. So it's kind of a staggering step that goes up. So right above aluminum, then go down, stagger all the way down. All right? So I hope I've clarified any confusion you might have on the rules of naming. If you do a few of these, you will see that it's not as bad as you think. The main thing that people get tripped up on is when to use these prefixes and when not. to use those prefixes. Well, if you know it has to do whether or not it's ionic or covalent, then that clears up any of that confusion. So just practice a few of these. I think you'll find that it's not too bad. Thank you, and have a nice day.